Today's show brought to you in part by GoToMeeting. For a free 30-day trial, use code podcast at gotomeeting.com.
Exit smarter, not harder, on this episode of Travel App of the Day. Hey everyone, welcome to Travel App of the Day. I'm Courtney Wallen, and of course I am joined by Andy McCaskey. Andy, have you ever had a family battle over which exit was chosen on a road trip?
We'll go just one more exit. There's got to be, whatever the restaurant is, there's got to be one here. We'll just keep driving, and 70 miles later, it's still not there.
And with people crying, I gotta go to the restroom, I'm hungry, all those things that you hear on a long road trip.
So how could you avoid that? That's the question.
Well,
how could that be avoided?
This can be avoided, and this is why we have this show. It's called iExit. That is today's travel app. And Andy, this is one of those, again, simple. It's a 99-cent app, worth the investment. It'll save some fights and arguments, but this has been rated so incredibly high over a multitude of platforms. Of course, this is available for iOS and Droid devices. But the great part about it is that when you go to Exit, or it'll tell you what exit is coming up, it'll tell you what gas stations, not just gas stations. So if you have a diesel pusher or something like that, it'll tell you if that gas station has diesel. If it's gas, which gas station. So maybe you're a member, or you get discounts at certain gas stations.
So if I'm looking here now in an example over here, this particular gas station here at exit 121 off of Interstate 20 has gas, but the green is the diesel.
Yes.
That's available. And then you can also go on the right-hand side here. Let me pull that over just a bit. Oops. Let me pull this over just a bit. It also appears that you can select by retailer.
Yes.
And very cool.
You can do retailer, and then it goes one step further. It tells you, okay, there's a restaurant. Andy, how many times have you seen the restaurant sign and you have no clue what restaurant is? Not only do you have no clue what the restaurant is, it may tell you that there's a Chick-fil-A or something, and then it's like 16 miles in the direction it doesn't tell you to go in, right?
Yes, exactly.
So this is going to help you avoid those kinds of situations. And so if you go here to the app and you see the restaurants, let's move over here. So, okay, then it comes up with the Google Map kind of version of it and shows you where it's at, where you're at on the interstate. So we've got Popeye's Chicken. You can actually call it, but it says left, 0.1 mile northeast, right, a half a mile southwest. Isn't that convenient?
Well, it really is, because oftentimes, even though the interstate system has kind of similar design standards, nothing happens except late at night when it's pouring down rain and you've got a kid that's very unhappy in the back seat, and it's really easy to come off and end up heading right instead of left, and then you've got it might take you another 5 minutes, 10 minutes to get turned around and on and off access roads. This is really good information.
Yes. And, my family was one of those, you eat what we give you. There are no other options. And that may not be your family. You may have some, maybe even some food allergies or something that you need to be really aware of what's coming up next, and to be sure that there's variety for your family. And that's also a good thing, that happens from time to time. When your coffee stops are coming up, which are always great. Can I share kind of throwing my dad under the table here? He's always the driver in our family. And he says, man, I'm really tired. We need to stop for some coffee. Andy, do you know what kind of coffee my dad gets when he's really tired?
I bet he gets decaf.
He gets decaf. He gets decaf, yep. And doesn't make any sense. If I'm driving late, I'm like the double shot of espresso and whatever else you can put in there. Hook me up to the IV. Decaf. Anyways, so it shows you where those coffee stops are at. And Andy, it goes one step further too. And you know what? Maybe some of our RVers don't need this, but if you do need to stay somewhere for an evening, it tells you hotels as well. And it's got all those phone numbers right there. You can call it right from the app itself. You're not going to exit. You can get directions, and you can also favorite it. So if you're coming back through there on the way home, you can favorite the restaurants or gas stations that you saw. So
right at the bottom there on that particular display, there's an item that's also of interest, cat scales. so that
yep.
if you need to check the weight balance of your loading, and of course truckers, professional truck drivers would find this app to be very, very valuable. But from an RV standpoint, good safety information available to you through this app as well.
Absolutely. And I pulled one of the reviews because I wanted to read it because it was RV specific. Love that when we travel in our RV that we know where the rest stops for us and their dogs, which is good. And they need to find diesel for trucks and RVs, and they just think it's a really great app for that. So yeah, if you're traveling with your pets, which we know a lot of you are doing, also good for that. So check it out. Again, it's called iExit. Ooh, that's not it. iExit, you can find it in the iTunes store, and of course we will have all of this in our show notes and of course in the Android marketplace. So check it out. Let us know if you're already an iExit user. We'd love to hear your reviews as well. Always helps our community of people watching. And of course you can hashtag TAP, T-A-P-P, for travel app, and join the conversation on Twitter. That's it for today's show, almost, except for we've got our 30 seconds of shameless plugging. Be sure to watch Travel App of the Day and all of our other great shows on our Boxee channel. You can find us in the App Store. The RVNN Daily comes out every single Friday. We would encourage you to subscribe. We've got great social media contributors. Of course, you can circle us on Google+, follow our boards on Pinterest. Each one of our shows has their very own board. Give us a thumbs up on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. And like I said, hashtag TAP for the conversation. And last but not least, you can watch this show, among all of our others, on our Roku channel. We're under the travel category. We'd love if you'd subscribe, tell a friend, and give us a rating. Andy, actually some exciting news about we're very highly rated.
Exactly. Yes, people. This really helps in the ratings, and we have been the highest number of ratings in the whole travel category, and really appreciate that. And if you can tell a friend, that would be a big help as well. Thanks.
Absolutely. Thank you all so much. Of course, Travel App of the Day comes to you 3 times a week. This is our second for the week. We've got a great one coming up Friday to kick off the weekend. We'll see you then.
Gabe, want to go for a walk? Gabe? Gabe? Gabe?
Hey, buddy, you lost? Hold on.
If your pet is the adventuresome type, be sure he's connected to PetHub. A quick scan using any smartphone shares your pet's vital information so that even his wildest escapades have a happy ending. PetHub, reuniting pets with their families.
Come on, Gabe, let's go home.